Yo, what's up guys? Yeah, PokeaimMD here with the next part of my UU Road to Top 10. Today we're going to be using a team by Harris is Awesome. He actually made it to the finals of the UU Open and we're using one of his teams. Thank you, by the way, everybody, for all the support. Of course, if you do continue to enjoy, I would love if you leave a like. If you could get 1,000 likes, that'd be great. And also, happy Thanksgiving. Forgot to say that. Happy Thanksgiving if you're watching over in America. And if you're not, enjoy your Thursday. Or maybe Friday if you're like Gator or something. It'd be Friday morning. Or if you're in Australia or something. Or some other country. I don't know. Let's get right into the team. I'll be right back. Alright, so the first member of the team we have is Mega Aggron. This is the steel type of the team. It provides us a dragon as well as a fairy check. It provides us a very reliable stealth rocker. And we have Heavy Slam as our stab move, hitting Pokemon incredibly hard just because Aggron is very heavy. But we also have Earthquake and Rock Slide, which are pretty cool on Aggron. Sometimes you'll see Fire Punch for Scizor, but Earthquake is really nice for Stack Attack as well as Tentacruel, mainly Tentacruel, also hitting Volcanion. But being able to punish Tentacruel for trying to spit on you is really nice, something that Aggron without Earthquake does lack. This also lets us hit Pokemon like Infernape and Lucario. Basically steel types not letting them or allowing them to set up, and even picking up the KO on Magneton, which is pretty important because that's something that Fire Punch cannot do. Rock Slide is the other move that we have on this Aggron. That's really nice, especially because Moltres and Rotom Heat are both very popular Pokemon. So Rock Slide allows us to knock out Moltres and also do a ton to Rotom, especially with Stealth Rock piling up. So, really cool Pokemon, takes on the fairies as well as the dragons. Speaking of dragons, we have Latias as our next member. We're running Combine PokeaimMD Latias with Draco Meteor, Psychic, and Recover. The PokeaimMD allows us to punish fairies very hard, especially Pokemon like Togekiss, so we can Combine up and abuse Togekiss. We have Draco there because a +1 Draco allows us to take on Crocodile with these 16 defense EVs. We do take knockoff after rocks, and we also have a really high chance of living Crunch at 100%. So Scarf Crocodile's Crunch can only do 102% max, so it's only a 12.5% chance to KO you. So Recover is there for obviously longevity, allowing us to take on repeatedly still checking and, you know, take on and coming in on, which is what checking implies, Infernape, as well as if it's going for U-turn or anything like that, just fighting types in general. Lottie has a bunch of resists, so it's more than likely coming in a bunch of times. Psychium is just good, again, for fairies. I already named Togekiss, but it's also really nice for Mega Altaria as well. Rotom Cut is the next member, or Rotom Mo, rather. This is a Defogger on the squad. We have Leaf Storm, Volt Switch, and Hidden Power Fire, and Defog with an Iapapa Berry. Iapapa Berry is there for longevity. Again, this set does not have Pain Split, does not have leftovers, but this allows us to tank hits and, you know, recover a bit when in a pinch. Hidden Power Fire is really cool because it allows you to basically check Scizor. You'll be able to take +2 Bullet Punch with ease because you do resist it. So Hidden Power Fire is a really nice tech in order to check Scizor. Also just doing damage to Pokemon like Chestnut and Bisharp. And again, Volt Switch for momentum. Leaf Storm is there to punish the grounds. We are immune to the hazards on the grounds. That's why it makes it a very solid defogger, only taking Stealth Rock damage. Max offensive, just so we have the most offensive pressure, especially with Leaf Storm, Volt Switch, and running Hidden Power Fire. We want to actually be able to KO Scizor after Stealth Rock damage. Crocodile is the next member of the squad, and it is the most, again, splashable Choice Scarf user in the tier. We have Earthquake, Knockoff, Stone Edge, and Pursuit. Stone Edge is there for Mega Aerodactyl as well as Moltres. And then the 16 HP and defense and 8 defense EVs guarantee that you take a Scarf Apes close combat after Intimidate. It also lets you take All Out Pummeling from Zeraora if they want to run that. And max speed, that way we can at least speed tie with opposing Crocodile, but also be faster than Pokemon like Rotom, Moltres, and whatnot. And a Pursuit is there. The idea of this Pokemon is to check Lottie, so we Pursuit Trap Lottie, or we knock off items and hopefully bring it down to an Earthquake type of sweep. Florges is the next member of the squad, and this is the Wish support that we have. This works really, really, really well with Mega Aggron, because like I said, Mega Aggron does not have any reliable recovery, so Wish allows us to pass pretty thick wishes to Aggron. We're physically defensive, that way we can take on the likes of fighting types in the tier, Heracross, Infernape. And the cool thing about Florges over Sylveon is the fact that it has its own instant recovery. Sorry about that, there's like stuff going on outside, but it has its own instant recovery and synthesis, as well as providing heal bell support for the team. So not only can it heal the yo, you can't be using that leaf blower when I'm recording. It looks like he's wearing a Pokeball on his back though. Whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna close this, or try to rather. You still hear that? That made no difference. But we have a Dragon check on the team, a Dark check on the team. I'm talking about Hydreigon with Florges. We don't care at all about that Pokemon. Volcanion is the last member of the squad. This is the Scizor answer on the team. This is a Pokemon that is also a Water type answer on the team too. Makes us not lose to Sub-Combine Suicune. Sub-Toxic allows us to beat Pokemon like Mantine, as well as just wear down Pokemon. Water types in general, because obviously they do resist our stab too, but we are immune to theirs. Sub is also really nice for dodging Empoleon's Toxic, especially if it's the Scald, Toxic, Protect, Stealth Rock set, or even Defog. It's really, really solid for avoiding that, and then we can Flamethrower, Steam Eruption, beat it down. We have enough speed for a Pokemon like Adamant Bisharp, as well as Scizors, Crawdons, and whatnot, Primarina, and max special attack for the most damage output, and 80 HP, just because it's the HP left over. But yeah, that's the team, and I'm gonna wait a bit till I start looking for battles, because I'm gonna wait for that guy to stop. You know, it's leaf blowing. It's like he's just doing it for the neighborhood, I guess. I mean, it's cool. I guess the leaves are problems. I don't know. Okay, we'll be back. Thank you for your services, dude. All right, so we got our first game, guys, and thank you, man. Automatically, I can tell that Aggron is going to be incredibly important in this. Checking both Lottie, Altaria, and at the same time, Florges does the exact same thing, but it also has to check Como. Absolutely love Psychium Z Lottie in this, though. Being able to deal with Mega Altaria is fantastic in one hit. Assuming it is one hit. I'm assuming I need rocks for it too. He's leading Azelf because that's his rocker. I guess it could be Como as well, but typically Azelf is the rocker. Ape might be Scarf. Lottie might be Calm Mind. This could be Dragon Dance. This could be Dragon Dance too, and this could be Specs. This, I can pivot once into Volcanion, but he might Earth Power. I'm just trying to think like how I want to do this, and I think the first thing I want to do is figure out how much damage I do to the Altaria, assuming it's just a normal Dragon Dance set. Sorry, I was just thinking about the music. Wow. Whoa. Okay, fantastic. So, lead Azelf should definitely be a thing. I think that Rotom has like the least amount of use in this, so if he wants to lead Azelf and Fire Blast me, I think Rotom will live first off, unless he's Life Orb, and if he is Life Orb, Crocodile just Revenge Kills. But basically, I believe what I can do is just Volt Switch here, and then bring out Crocodile. Now, does that mean I will lose to Como at +1 with my Florges? Because that's an important... Did my team not import it? Why is it just... Oh, it's Florges White. What? Okay. Alright, well, I made this a little bit harder on me than it had to be. Come on. You Dragon Dance. +1 on the switch. Poison Jab. That does 0. Alright, awesome. So it's okay if Como comes in, is what I'm trying to imply by this. So we'll get in Crocodile, click Knockoff, get rid of Azelf. Didn't want to Pursuit just in case random Cobra Berry, though I'm pretty sure it'd be Focus Sash. And I'm assuming you either go Altaria here to set up, or you go out into Como. If he goes Como, I go hard Florges, because I'll be able to take the hit. Assuming it's not like Poison Z. Crocodile still checks Lottie as well as potentially non-Scarf Ape. Ape opts to come out though. Because Latios is so easy for me, I'm going to go Volcanion, excuse me, because I don't want him U-turning just in case it is Scarf Ape. He opts to Fire Blast. It's Life Orb. I don't think he'd knock me out with anything there, so I click Steam Eruption here basically. As we do connect on Ape, awesome, opening up that door for my Aggron even more. He's having less and less ways to deal with it. Como comes out. I don't want him to be sub, so I'm going to go Florges. He is sub, Belly Drum. Fantastic. Oh, sub Dragon Dance. Okay, that's fine too. You don't knock me out anything unless you are actually Poisonium Z, but then you're... you're really weakening your answers to, or your ways of dealing with a few other members, I feel. So I'm gonna keep, basically I'm gonna keep Moonblasting up until he's in range of Earthquake, which will be after the next one. So is that PokeaimMD? It's all out pummeling. Can't knock me out. Perfect. We'll be able to get rid of Como. Fantastic. I still have Mega Aggron at full for both Altaria and Lottie. Volcanion's gonna come out. Just gonna synthesis up. Has these flare? Is that Bandit? I want to find out. I kind of want to find out. Either way, defogging here is fine too. Yeah, we get rid of rocks, helping Crook, helping Lottie. Flare blitzes the hell out of me. Is that Bandit? That is so cool. Really cool. That is so cool. Either way now, we can Calm Mind up, which is what I wanted to do. Calm Minding should guarantee... that does so much damage. I don't see a reason to not recover off. I lived Lottie's move. He already used a Z move as well. If he goes Altaria, I'll be able to knock him out. And he burnt me. I'm going to Psychic here because a crit can actually knock me out because of that burn. However, if he does go Altaria, I will be able to knock it out with my PokeaimMD. Goes Lottie. Just kind of odd, considering I get to bring out Volcanion now. Yeah, he's forced to drop a Draco. I can just Pursuit. It's guaranteed Scarf Lottie as well. There's no point in letting you set up, I guess. So, rather letting Altaria set up. So, assuming this doesn't 2-hit KO. I mean, there's no way Altaria can beat me. I have Aggron in the back. And I can always keep Crocodile because it's faster than +1 Altaria. So we'll sack Lottie here. And just to make this a little bit easier for me, I'm going to bring out Aggron and set up rocks. That way he can't switch. This also obviously weakens. First off, he's doing 6%. This also obviously weakens Altaria as well. And I believe he can just heavy slam spam, excuse me. And if Altaria doesn't Mega Evolve, I don't know how well it actually takes this. Don't be the set that I'm thinking that could beat me. Please don't be that set that I'm thinking could be. It is the set that I'm thinking can beat me. It is the Cotton Guard set. Fantastic. That is like the only set that I feel I could have lost to, and it is that set. I guess I just gotta go for Rock Slide crit now, huh? So this is why potentially sacking this and then getting in Lottie could have been okay. I'll just go for Rock Slide crit. All right, well, we've lost. I don't think that I could have done much against this. Maybe keeping Florges around, but I didn't have any information on his Volcanion, so I went for Synthesis just in case it was a sub Volcanion. Then I could go Lottie after, but it ended up being Bandit, which would have 2-hit KO Lottie anyway. That's crazy. He's not gonna do any type of damage to me, either. Maybe I'll crit. I mean, I'm not gonna give up just yet. I'm not gonna give up just yet. That sucks. It was like in my mind, I was like, don't be the one set that can actually beat me, and it turned out to be the one set that could actually beat me. Aggron, I need you right now. You are my friend. And he's giving me. He should be attacking me, not roosting. He should be attacking Aggron. You obviously didn't get the crit because the game didn't end, but I need you to get this for me, buddy. Good game, man. Good game. Alright, well, unfortunately we lost to what I think was the one set that could have beaten that Aggron. Typically I run Toxic Fire Punch, but I still like this Aggron a lot by Harris. Really cool team. A few Pokemon you don't see as much that I think are very underrated. Machamp, I don't think Machamp is actually that underrated, but I think Tornadus is super underrated. Matchup wise, that's our second loss of this. Unfortunate. Have fun. Matchup wise, I think Volcanion is absolutely incredible in this, and I want to lead off with it because basically, well, Zeraora is a good lead versus me, but Basically, Primarina is a threat, so if I have something that can actually threaten it immediately, that'd be nice. He leads off with Machamp though, so I don't know. I don't have too much information about this just yet. And it sucks because he has Crocodile plus Primarina, so I can't like drop a Draco on the switch, and then he has Aggron too. I'm gonna sub and see if he's a close combat variant versus an Assault Vest variant, which I'm thinking he might be. Looks like he'll be an Assault Vest variant. Okay, so go Florges. Heavy Slam is like the main way he could damage me. Oh my gosh, that's so much damage. I lied. He could also damage me with Dynamic Punch. So, I'll get him Rotom here, because we can defog anything away. I didn't want to go Aggron just in case he Earthquakes as well. Ideally, he fears Will-O-Wisp, but he can't really do much about that anyway. So I can just defog and then Volt Switch to see if he has Toxic. He has Fire Punch. That does so much damage. So what I'll do now is Volt Switch for a little bit of chip. I'm thinking he's more offensive if anything, or than anything. So that's really good for Lottie, because that means Lottie's Z-move will knock it out. Primarina probably needs Rock for my Lottie Z-move to knock it out, I think, if it's a bulky variant. Mr. Aggron? What's happening here, bro? Picking a move? So the aggressive play is to Volt Switch out into Volcanion. The less aggressive play is to Volt Switch out into Crocodile, which gets off an Intimidate. Would be able to take a Fire Punch anyway. However, that does risk a burn on Crocodile. You know what's crazy? I'm pretty sure this is going to be a Defiant, Bulk Up, Acrobatics type of Aggron. Type of Tornadus. And once again, that'll be an issue. Lovely damage. I'm going to risk my Volcanion here. Ops to Rock. Don't matter, I'll knock you out with Flamethrower now. Volt Switch did way too much. You don't have a Flamethrower switching anyway. I guess it's your Primarina, but I don't care too much because I can sub on that. Machamp is very annoying too. But I would love if you give me Aggron because then I could defog away. DD Cotton Guard. In my head, I was like, only Cotton Guard could beat me now. It was. Dun dun dun. Alright, so at least now I know from that game. Because that's the important thing too, guys. When you lose, take something from it. He took my points, but I got knowledge. Yeah, he's banded, right? There was no way. This is going to always hit too, because of his own ability. There was no way he did that much to Florges. What? Almost 40%. Okay, it was like 31. But he did so much to Florges. So thankfully we got rid of Machamp. I was scared of that Pokemon. Oh, speaking of Pokemon I'm scared of. Can't go Aggron yet. I'm going to go Florges. I like this Pokemon still because basically if it come in versus Aggron, I get a kill. It can also eat a hit from this mon. And I don't want to go on my Aggron and have him randomly click close combat. That'd be very bad. I feel like Florges is more expendable than every other member. Doesn't really deal with Aggron. Crocodile, while it is a dark resist, Aggron can, do the same thing. And I have my own Crocodile too. I'll start Revenge Kill this thing pretty easily. As he goes for Grass Knot. There's a chance that he doesn't even knock me out here. Alright. This is not going to kill me, but it's going to do a lot. But we got some damage on Zero R, which is perfect for knockoff / pursuit. Go ahead and Grass Knot me, dude. Fantastic. Knockoff will be able to knock you out. I'm going to go for it. It's also good if Primarina wants to come out too. Also hitting the Tornadus as well. I do have to pay attention rather to the fact that he may indeed have Tailwind on Tornadus plus Specs Primarina. That's just something to think about. Alright, this guy's in. At this point, I feel like it's useless to think about trying to defog. I'm not going to go hard aggro on the potential. Kind of wish I went hard aggro, but wasn't going to go hard aggro there on the potential of. I don't know how I feel about that. Now I can get an Aggron. I'll get a Brox first. I feel like because it went for U-turn on Torn, I don't think it'll actually have a main way of touching me. And I'm pretty sure that's Scarf Crocodile, which I'm going to be dealing with at least Draco. We're going to go Volcanion. If he has Earthquake, he got me, but I feel like, yeah, Fire Punch is probably his main way. I'm a sub here too. Nice, nice, awesome. So we'll be able to get rid of Tornadus, which means I can spam Earthquake with my Scarf Crocodile. I mean, in a perfect world, we're able to get rid of Tornadus. Is that all opponent? Sky Strike. Hey, in a perfect world, it is a perfect world. Nice. Able to get rid of Tornadus. Fantastic. Crook comes out. Volcanion still literally gets a KO. He would Earthquake here, right? I feel like I'll deal with these two. I'm gonna Flamethrower. Let him knock me out with Earthquake. I can't risk him knocking me off. I'll Steam Eruption, yeah. Can't risk him knocking me off here. And by Calm Minding up, I live knockoff after rocks. And just based on the damage that Volt Switch did, I thought I clicked Calm Mind. I always do that. I always do that. But based on the damage that Volt Switch did, basically I knew I could knock him out. But because of all the rock switchings that Crocodile has, I think I win either way. In fact, if he goes Primarina first, I definitely win. Because all I do is Psychic that for a little bit of damage and I Earthquake through him. And then my Aggron beats his Crocodile 1v1. If I'm not mistaken, because I kind of wish I Calm Mind, because then I have at least a neutral hit or a neutral way of damage. Yeah, I guarantee live a hit from Crocodile. I can actually Roost versus Crocodile too. Roost is actually not a bad play, because if he goes for knock, I get to go out to my own Crocodile and I just click Earthquake. And even if he doubles out to Primarina, the combination I get damage off in it or Earthquake. And then the combination of Lottie plus Aggron should win me the game. Because he has to lock himself in a knockoff. If he goes Primarina though, I click Psychic on that. And I weaken it. Goes Crook. You don't knock me out unless you have Crunch. Which gives Crocodile free Earthquakes. Okay. Well, he tried right there. Just Psychic for no damage whatsoever. Aggron first. He already showed a Z, so this is more likely Specs. I'm thinking if this is Specs, it will do about 30. Or he's Assault Vest, which either way, this will do a ton. I shouldn't die to anything. And even if it's like Assault Vest and he scalded me, like let's say that is AV, and he scalds me and burns me, I'm fairly confident that Crocodile has enough attack to knock out Primarina at around 50%, which is or around 40-something%, which is around the damage he'll be if he burns me here. Yep, there's a Scald. And he didn't get the burn, so that's game. He's in Torrent now, though. So he'll be able to knock me out. Yeah, that's like the second time I've been doing that a lot more. Like in my head, I see the attack I'm clicking, but not... I'm not following through, apparently. Which is terrible, man. Absolutely terrible. Well, let's keep going. So we got one win for our one loss. Pretty good game. Pretty good game. I think Earthquake was never his play. I think he had to knock off. But again, at that percentage, the most knockoff does is 83%. And if he was a Crunch Crocodile, that meant that I was basically able to go out to my own Crocodile. Earthquake for either the 2-hit KO on his own Crocodile, plus Primarina. And then my Aggron at full lives 1 Torrent boosted attack from Primarina. Interesting team. Sand plus this type of offense. I absolutely love... I didn't even say my game plan, but I love Volcanion versus this guy. It beats a ton. He has like a mid-game Frostlass, which is problematic. Want to keep you alive as a defogger. Knockoff is annoying. I feel like Lottie is the most expendable member, considering double steel, Pokemon that can deal with it, and whatnot. Is that banded damage? That doesn't look banded. Actually, it does look banded. Zero Aura. Got anything here yet? I'm pretty sure that's banded. It's at 68 to something, so that's banded. I'm gonna go aggron. That's banded. I might have calculated that wrong, but it did the range of banded, or it's like X Rebel. X Rebel is the other thing. But we'll get up our rocks, at least breaking a sash on potentially Frostlass. And what we can do now is just go out and road him here. And he doesn't have a Leaf Storm switching. So I'm HP Fire. Well, I didn't want. I would have knocked out Frostlass there if I Leaf Storm, or at least really close. Leftovers, don't like that. Don't want to take an Ice Beam. Aggron being healthy is pretty pivotal for Haxorus, because Haxorus actually outspeeds a lot of my team. But I think Florges being healthy is also pretty important for that too. I have Heal Bell, but I mean, Volcanion always eats a hit, right? It doesn't care. When it comes in, it doesn't care. I'm gonna Toxic here, because I don't want him to be a Destiny Bond set. Nope, just Shadow Balls. I guess I shouldn't have expected a Destiny Bond set considering he's leftovers, maybe. Alright, so it gives me Frostlass, nice. Earthquake, I mean, it's been free before, but I'm definitely pressured to defog now. Haxorus comes out. I have to Toxic too, because I will literally lose to this Pokemon. That sucks, because now I'm pretty weak to Scizor, but I have HP Fire, so at least that'll help me in that sense. Nice Hippo. Ah, man, I'm not liking this. I'm very much not liking this. I don't know how I beat Haxorus. Like, I know I go Aggron here because Aggron eats every hit and I get the Wish up. Anyway, for Iron Head, please be Life Orb. Nope. Earthquake is like this mon is my mon that should do it. Luckily Sen is not up, so I can actually Synthesis up. I'm going Rotom because I need to defog away these hazards. And I couldn't switch out versus Haxorus. I had to go for Toxic there just because of the amount of hazard this guy had up. Nice. So we Wish up here. We know that's banned. Oh, it's not. So it is Extra Belt. Okay. Or Z? One of those. Dude, this guy is just giving me a zero. Bro, I am going to stay in and eat your hit. You want to give me zero aura? I'll take it, bro. I will take it from you. Get back up to a good amount of HP. Plasma Fist has way too much. Zero Aura dies, which is great because it's speed tier wise, it's really nice. I said Lottie is useless, and it is, but at least it threatens Haxorus. Please just click. Okay. As I said, at least it threatens Haxorus. And you live this. I get rid of Zero Aura, and I'm still at 50-something%. That dude was really trying to get my my Crocodile. Haxorus comes out. You're going to jab me. It did not KO. Hey, so gives me, in my opinion, the biggest threat to my team. I mean, there's another one right here. I have to Moonblast you. He didn't recover with Hippo for whatever reason. I didn't go Crocodile though because I still want to save it. I want to try and at least get it in later, if possible, of course. Finally, man. I know I gave Bisharp the defog, whatever. I couldn't do anything about that. Rotom can still Leaf Storm you. Calm Mind Lottie can beat you too. I don't... That destroyed me right now. Don't stay in, it makes no sense. I know you're +3, but you have a Hippo. Bro, He was gonna give me Bisharp. Now he wins. What? That's not a winning play. Well, now he's like gonna win. That's not a winning play though to give me Bisharp. You need Bisharp for Lottie. Like guaranteed. I literally default spam too. Pretty sure Hippo eats this. Wow, Hippo really ate. I felt like that is not a winning play. Go Rotom here. I sack Crook to get the Intimidate off and to come back in and get my Papa. And I should win, unless it's Quick Attack on a no leftover set. But yeah, this guy, I don't know, man. Yeah. Alright, well, we managed to bring it back, but that guy made plays to throw himself out and almost beat me because of it. Good game, dude. He really almost beat me because of it. Like, you don't stay in with Bisharp there. I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. Those rocks were not up and Bullet Punch would not do enough. I'd still Earthquake, sack Lottie, go back in, do that. Maybe could have. I don't know. I have to think about it. I have to look at the replay and watch it back, but which I might. Super Earthquake week. I'm very comfy week. He's super Volcanion week though, but he has wish support to Muck, which is super annoying. I said super like 10 times, my bad. Kinda wish I just Gonium so I could actually blow this thing back. Hey dude, have fun. I like Aggron, I like rocks initially very much. Number 6. What do you mean episode number 6? You talking about episode? This will be number 5, right? Hold up, let me sorry, I'm just going to my channel. 5, I think. I think it's 5. Yeah, it looks like it's 5. Have fun. Yeah. Alright, like Volcanion is incredible in this, but he has this Mon, which is so annoying to deal with. I think wish support to Aggron is fantastic too. Leads Como though, which I do not like. I'll eat an all-out pummeling-ish. This is Taunt Como lead, isn't it? I kind of want to chip away at him. Especially if he's just going to click Stealth Rock, yeah. So I definitely want to chip away at Como a bit. Perfect, we're getting Florges now in the close combat. All-out pummeling? Ah, Florges 8. Yummed. We could just wish up. That's a good taunt, but I basically got what I wanted out of that turn, I feel. I'm gonna go Rotom because I anticipate him to go Scizor. How much does Rotom do? Because I would feel like you'd bring it in on the Moonblast. Choice Band Scizor has a good chance of dropping. U-turn from Choice Band Scizor also knocks me out, but assuming he's not Choice Band, U-turn can still knock me out. Wow, it's like the same roll. Might as well. I risk that. That damage is worth it because now he doesn't come in on Moonblast ever. Like from any of my Mons. So I think that's worth it. Especially because Combine Lottie can win, but he has Muck. Muck is annoying. Muck plus Alamola. Wish support is annoying. I think everybody know that though. I'm in. Don't taunt me. Give me my rocks, bro. I value rocks a lot, especially because he goes Scizor here. That has to be an offensive Scizor, right? Knock out my Rotom. It had to be offensive Scizor. Actually, didn't have to be. It's for another U-turn. Florges can still eat hits. Scizor has one switch in left. I didn't want it to take a superpower, which is why I did this. Go Aggron, because I can still Wish Pass to you if necessary. If I Earthquake and get damage off on you, Lottie wins, so I'm going to go back out of Florges. If he Poison Jabs or double knockoff, fantastic play. I think he did. Just went Como. Okay, cool. So let's say he close combats, anticipating me to Moonblast, anticipating me to expect his taunt. If I get for Synthesis, I'll basically back up to a good amount, right? I'll get within the HP I need, and I get rid of one of the switch-ins for Volcanion. I feel like if I burn Muck, it can't beat Volcanion, so I'm going to Moonblast here. As he goes Muck of his own. That damage is nothing. I'm a Synthesis, yep. I thought he'd double. I thought Como would come out, honestly, but I kind of feel like I needed to make that play at that point. Manectric can still Earthquake, which is nice and free. I mean, Comfy has access to Defog, right? I think I can't risk Volcanion because I think it's necessary to win. And even though this is fantastic, I feel like Lottie does the same job. So yeah, I couldn't risk Volcanion there. In my opinion. Like, even though that was a play he could very well make, it wasn't worth the risk. So we get Florges back up at full. Scizor dies to Rocks. Alamola, I don't even know if you eat this that well. I hope you're Rocky Helmet too, so you have no leftovers recovery. It looks like you are, and I'm guaranteed faster. There is the Muck. I just wish past the Aggron here, so I don't really care. But Muck is back, which is annoying. Como has Clanger's Scales too, so I have to get rid of that before I can sub with Volcanion. Alright, and there's the Scizor sack. So nice. Aggron is back at full. Beautiful. So we still take on Comfy. Fantastic. I'm assuming Manectric might come out. If he goes Como, I think it's worth heavy slamming one more time. That all-out pummeling, was it Focus Blast or was it close combat? Yeah, I'm not staying on this, sorry. I need this thing. I need aggro way too much. Nice Volt Switch. I wonder if he's going to start pursuing with Muck to get chip damage off on me. How much does Aggron do to Manectric? Because that Earthquake is going to be... That Earthquake damage is going to be important too. That might be crucial later. Earthquake does 54 to 64%. Like here, if I'm him, I double. Yep. Thunderbolt to Florges, Voltage to 25. These three can still win in their own right. Recover here. He go Muck and... No, Calm Mind is the play. I just Shattered Psyche. If he's gonna give me Comfy, I'll take it. Yeah, I could have Calm Minded up again, thinking about it. This should KO Comfy. Gone. Nice. No Cleric, no Aromatherapy. Garbage going on. Muck unfortunately can be Shattered. I kind of wish I Calm Minded up again because then I think I would have just won from there. I think I recover first too because I ever hit from Muck. Florges is going to be key because it beats everything. Please land. Thank you. Beautiful damage. Thank you very much, sir. At this point, I go Volcanion and I click Steam Eruption because that gets me a kill. He gives me Alamola too, so now he can't even wish back up to... Yeah, Florges should win this. Florges should definitely win. Was that not regenerated? I was not paying attention. Sack this. Go Florges. Synthesis up. Manectric also, if it ever Volt switches or switches out, it guaranteed dies to Earthquake at that point. And Florges always gets a heal on Manectric. Ooh, that is I have to Synthesis again. Because I have to be a good HP to take on Muck. Muck needs one more switching for Moonblast to basically me just click Moonblast and win. So I go aggro on here. Even if he doubles out to Manectric, at that point I just play Earthquake and I win. Like you said, Moonblast KOs Muck guaranteed. He's Assault Vest too. Very nice play. Moonblast did how much last time? We saw the damage, didn't we? So there is one way we lose this game. I don't want to think about it, but I already thought about it. Okay, so the way we lose this game is, and I'm going to say it just so you guys know. So I guarantee take this hit from Como, right? And I can knock him out with Heavy Slam. That's a given, right? But if Manectric comes out, and if Manectric Thunderbolt paralyzes my Florges, then Muck can outspeed me and knock me out. So I could go Florges here, and that pretty much erases that from happening. Because I'll live that. I'll be able to knock out Manectric either way, but Heavy Slam is still my best play, I feel. I don't pick up the KO, unfortunately. I'll take... it's fine. Oh, he double taunted. There's no point in me switching. I think this was still my better play. Misclick? The Earthquake knocks you out. I'm pretty sure the first one was him expecting Florges. But the second one was... Because I win unless you paralyze me. Why go into it? Yeah, why would I... And I have this move right here from Manectric, which kills at -1. Keeping Florges as... Making Florges take as minimal hits as possible to avoid crits and whatnot. Plus I had this. So basically limiting the amount of hit... Yeah, I think that limiting the amount of hits that... GG. Limiting the amount of hits that Florges would take to limit... First off, if he close combat there and got a crit on me, and then if he did get a crit on me, he'd be able to taunt me or play something from there. I don't think going hard Florges was the best play. Keeping Florges as healthy as possible and putting myself in a situation where I already knew that... Because I calc like, 10 turns, 20 turns ago. Keeping myself in a situation where... I knew that Earthquake would knock out Manectric as long as it got another Stealth Rock switch in. And him not ever bringing out Alamola on half of my Pokemon was like really... Well, that was really weird, but... Yeah, I don't think I had to go Florges there in order to win. I think that staying with aggro was fine. I took close combat. If he had Overheat on Manectric, that even lowered his chances even more. Because I could just wish. And even if he had a Thunderbolt Para, I could Heal Bell. He would need a Thunderbolt Para twice in a row. And we already know that Muck died to Moonblast. It was at 21% before switching out, and then coming back in, it would be at under 21. And Moonblast did 19, so I don't know why I didn't do the quick math. It'd be a 9. So, and Moonblast did 19. So I'd win the game with Florges, as long as Florges was not full paralyzed. So I think that my best play there was to limit the amount of damage Florges took. If he close combated me, aggro knocked him out with Heavy Slam. That means he couldn't taunt me, which means I could always wish and softball, wish and Synthesis up as many times as I wanted, and I think win from there. So I feel like I made the right play at the end. I think he should have close combated me, but it didn't really matter because either way, Aggron ate the hit no matter what. So I'm explaining my play. So if he watches, I hope you understand why I said what I said. Florges was not free because going Florges opens up an opportunity for it being paralyzed. And it'd be some stupid stuff to lose, but paralyzing would be step one of them from there. And overheat and Aggron, etc., etc. So anyway, thank you everybody for watching. Hope you guys all enjoyed. We managed to, what are we now? Are we even in the top 500 yet? I feel like we're not. Nope, not yet. But climb has been pretty good. Harris, thank you so much for the team. First battle, we unfortunately lost to, in my opinion, the one set that could have beaten us, but it's fine. I'll see you guys next time. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Goodbye, friends.